The arena is alive with energy. Lights are flashing, the crowd is roaring, and every gaze is locked on the ring. You can feel the excitement ripple through the air, every heartbeat syncing with the tension building between two incredible fighters. On one side stands the world's strongest champion, muscles tense, confident, radiating sheer power. Her reputation alone makes the audience sit up straighter, whispers of awe and speculation spreading through the stands. Across from her, Bruce Lee enters the ring. Calm, composed, almost serene, he doesn't carry the bulk or brute strength of his opponent. Yet every movement hints at unmatched precision. His eyes are sharp, scanning, measuring. There's a quiet intensity in his stance that draws everyone in. Something about him makes the crowd hold their collective breath. Every fan is asking the same question. Can raw, overwhelming strength overcome mastery, speed, and technique? The tension is thick, almost tangible. You can feel it pressing down on the spectators as if the next second could change everything. If you were in the arena right now, who would you bet on? Bruce Lee's skill or the champion's strength? Why? The arena's energy shifts as the fighters lock eyes. The world's strongest champion moves with confidence, each step deliberate, muscles coiled like springs ready to strike. She flexes, the crowd reacting to every subtle motion, whispers running through the audience. She's unstoppable. No one can match her strength. Years of training, countless victories, and raw power radiate from her in every fiber of her body. She's a force of nature, a living embodiment of brute strength, and everyone in the arena feels it. On the other side of the ring, Bruce Lee remains strikingly calm. Unlike his opponent, he doesn't make any exaggerated movements or flex his strength. His body is relaxed, yet every line, every stance communicates readiness. His eyes move with sharp precision, scanning, measuring, calculating. He doesn't need to prove anything. His presence alone signals mastery. Every inch of him is controlled, every motion purposeful, a combination of balance, speed, and focus. There's a quiet confidence in the way he stands that contrasts sharply with the champion's imposing display of raw power. The contrast between the two fighters is palpable. One is raw strength made human, a storm waiting to be unleashed. The other is precise mastery, calm yet lethal, capable of turning any attack against itself with a split-second decision. The audience senses it immediately. This is not going to be a normal contest. It's a collision of two extremes, a battle not just of bodies, but of philosophies, power versus precision, force versus finesse. Fans lean forward in anticipation, whispers spreading like wildfire. Can strength really beat skill? Some shake their heads in disbelief. Others cheer, adrenaline coursing through their veins. The tension isn't just on the ring. It's in every corner of the arena. Even those watching from home feel the charge of anticipation, imagining the chaos and brilliance about to unfold. Every subtle action matters. The champion shifts her weight, preparing for an initial strike, her confidence radiating. Bruce Lee remains motionless, yet there's a sense that he sees every micro-movement, every intention. The atmosphere is thick, electric, and almost suffocating, as if time itself has slowed. Every spectator feels it. A historic moment is about to happen. If you were watching this live, would you trust raw strength to win or skill and technique? Why? The air in the arena thickens as the first real moment of action unfolds. The world's strongest champion steps forward, every movement deliberate, her muscles coiling like springs ready to release a torrent of power. The crowd leans in, sensing the magnitude of what is about to happen. Years of training, raw physical dominance, and unmatched reputation give her confidence, a belief that she can overpower anyone in the ring. Every eye in the arena tracks her, some cheering, some whispering in awe, others holding their breath. With a sudden burst, she lunges forward, her opening strike meant to dominate the match before it truly begins. It's fast, it's forceful, and it carries the weight of her entire career. But Bruce Lee doesn't react like an ordinary opponent. There's no panic, no hesitation, no wasted energy. His body shifts with the fluidity of water, moving almost imperceptibly. Time seems to bend as he anticipates the trajectory of her attack before it even fully forms. He redirects her energy, guiding her strike harmlessly aside, all with a calmness that makes the impossible look effortless. The crowd gasps, the noise erupting in waves of disbelief. Some fans freeze mid-cheer, eyes wide, as they process what they're seeing. Others whisper among themselves, "How is he doing that? Did he just move before she even struck?" The excitement is no longer just about who will win. It's about the mastery on display. Every strike the champion throws is met with subtle yet decisive counters. Bruce isn't just defending. He's teaching through movement, demonstrating that skill and precision can neutralize sheer power. The champion's strikes become faster, sharper, almost desperate. She increases her aggression, trying to overwhelm him with the very strength that has carried her to countless victories. Yet Bruce Lee remains steady. Each motion, each dodge, each redirection is measured, precise, almost poetic. He flows around the attacks like water flowing around rocks in a stream. Calm, inevitable, unstoppable. The audience feels the tension physically, the energy in the arena almost vibrating with each exchange. Even without hitting her, Bruce begins to subtly disrupt her rhythm. The champion's confidence wavers, her movements slightly less fluid. She's powerful, trained, and experienced, but the realization begins to dawn. Brute force alone will not win here. Bruce Lee's mastery of timing, anticipation, and control creates an invisible advantage that's slowly tipping the balance. Fans sense it too. Every shift, every hesitation, every narrowly avoided strike builds suspense. The battle isn't just physical anymore. It's mental, a war of instincts, patience, and focus. Every moment is drawn out in the audience's mind. They're no longer merely spectators. They're participants. Viewers at home imagine themselves inside the arena, heart racing, imagining the pressure, the speed, the skill required to face someone like Bruce. The tension mounts as the champion tries one strike after another. Yet Bruce anticipates, redirects, and controls with an ease that seems superhuman. Small pauses between exchanges heighten suspense. A subtle glance from Bruce, a tiny shift in weight, a flicker of movement. Each action speaks volumes. Fans lean forward, whispering theories, some cheering for the champion, some marveling at Bruce's precision. The scenario is immersive, pulling every viewer into the drama as if they were standing ringside. Would you rely on strength or skill if you were in her shoes? Comment your choice. The escalation continues, every attempted strike by the champion met with calm, controlled anticipation. The arena holds its collective breath, waiting for the pivotal moment, the split second when skill will demonstrate its dominance over raw strength. Each heartbeat, each movement, each whisper in the crowd adds layers to the tension, making the next second feel like an eternity. Bruce Lee's mastery is undeniable, and the audience feels it building towards something historic. The escalation has set the stage perfectly. The champion's aggression versus Bruce's precision. The audience fully immersed in the mental and physical duel, the tension stretching every second toward a climactic turning point. The fight pauses for just a fraction of a second, but in that moment, everything changes. The world's strongest champion exhales sharply, her chest rising and falling faster than before. Sweat glistens on her brow, her confidence still intact, but now laced with hesitation. Something isn't right. Her raw strength, honed over years of training, isn't enough to break through. Each strike she attempts, each calculated attack, is met with an almost invisible counter, leaving her slightly off balance and questioning herself. Bruce Lee doesn't smile. He doesn't taunt. He doesn't celebrate. His calm presence is almost meditative, a steady force that contrasts sharply with the champion's growing urgency. His movements flow like water, smooth, precise, and deliberate. Every step, every shift in weight, every subtle redirection demonstrates mastery over the moment. To the audience, it's mesmerizing. To the champion, it's a challenge unlike anything she has ever faced. Now, imagine being there yourself. The arena is deafening 1 second, eerily silent the next. Your opponent is not only fast, but seems to anticipate your intentions before you even make them. Every muscle you tense, every thought you consider, is already accounted for. You can feel the eyes of thousands on you, your heartbeat echoing the tension in the ring. What would you do? Would you push harder, relying on everything you've learned, or would you pause, reconsider, and adapt? This is where the psychological battle becomes as important as the physical one. The champion's confidence, once unshakable, wavers under the weight of Bruce Lee's control. Every instinct she is trained for now meets something unexpected: unmatched speed, focus, and calmness. The audience senses it immediately. They feel her struggle, her hesitation, and the quiet dominance Bruce projects without even striking aggressively. If you were facing someone with Bruce Lee's speed and precision, would you stand your ground or step back? Type stand or walk and tell us why. The arena feels alive, but in a very human way. You can almost hear the subtle shifts in breathing, the small gasps of anticipation, the crowd leaning forward as if their own bodies are part of the action. The world's strongest champion stands in the center of it all, muscles tense, every instinct screaming to dominate. Yet there's something unusual happening. She's powerful, skilled, trained, and yet her confidence falters just slightly, a tiny crack in her armor. And that's when the human side of the story really takes hold. Bruce Lee doesn't shout, he doesn't flex, he doesn't act like the center of attention. He moves with a quiet precision, almost meditative, as if every second is a lesson in control. There's no unnecessary flourish, no dramatics, just focus. And that's what makes this moment so real. It isn't a choreographed performance. It's a genuine clash of ability, timing, and human emotion. Fans watching from the stands or at home can sense it instantly. They recognize that this isn't just about who is stronger. It's about who can think, adapt, and respond under pressure. Pause for a moment and imagine yourself there. The sound of the crowd fades into the background. Your opponent is fast, precise, unshakable. Your heart races, your breathing quickens. Every muscle in your body tenses, your mind racing to anticipate what's next. What do? Do you push harder? Do you take a step back? This reflection isn't just part of the story. It's a way to invite the audience to feel every second. By imagining themselves inside the ring, viewers connect emotionally and mentally to what's unfolding. The language in this section mirrors the natural thought process of someone watching or participating. Short sentences keep the pace tight, giving a sense of immediacy. Everyday words make it accessible. No jargon, no overly polished phrasing. The story feels like a conversation between the narrator and the audience rather than a formal report. Rhetorical questions appear throughout. What would you do if you were facing someone like this? Or could you maintain control under pressure? These prompts encourage the viewer to think, not just watch. They simulate the internal dialogue someone might have in a high-stakes moment, bridging the gap between storytelling and real human experience. Even reflective pauses, moments where the story slows to highlight a heartbeat, a glance, or a subtle reaction, allow the audience to breathe and absorb the tension. This pacing ensures that the narrative feels lived in rather than artificial. It prevents the viewer from feeling like they are being told a scripted account. The arena holds its breath as the final moment unfolds. Bruce Lee steps back slowly, releasing the subtle control he maintained throughout the match. There is no fanfare, no dramatic gesture, no shouting to claim victory. Instead, there's a quiet respect in every motion. The crowd, having witnessed the extraordinary display of precision, speed, and mastery, begins to react, not with chaos, but with an overwhelming sense of awe. You can feel it ripple through the arena, like electricity moving through every spectator's body. The world's strongest champion remains in the ring, slightly off balance, yet her composure returns. She meets Bruce Lee's gaze, and, for the first time, a small but meaningful acknowledgement passes between them. It is not just a nod. It is a recognition of skill, of courage, of the discipline that defines true mastery. Though she has been defeated in seconds, she stands tall, proud of the effort she gave, the risks she took, and the challenge she faced head-on. In this moment, her strength is measured not only in muscles or speed, but in heart and resilience. The audience erupts. Cheers, gasps, and applause fill the air, yet it is different from the initial excitement. This is not just a reaction to who won or lost. It is a response to the lesson that unfolded in front of them. Skill, focus, and calm mastery proved more powerful than sheer brute force. The crowd realizes they have witnessed something rare, a demonstration of discipline, strategy, and mental control that elevates the fight from mere competition to artistry. Fans feel it emotionally. They have been part of a story that teaches more than just victory or defeat. As spectators, you are invited to reflect. What does it mean to face an opponent who is faster, calmer, and more precise? How does courage show itself in defeat? And how does mastery reveal itself in composure? The fight leaves a lasting impression, reminding everyone that strength alone cannot guarantee success, and that humility, preparation, and focus can shift the balance even against overwhelming odds. Who impressed you more, Bruce Lee for his skill or the champion for her courage? Comment below and tell us why. For the viewers, the takeaway is clear. Raw power has limits, but mastery and courage leave lasting impressions. It's not just about winning. It's about how the challenge is faced, how composure is maintained, and how respect is given and earned. Every reaction from the crowd, every subtle acknowledgement between the fighters reinforces this lesson.